Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Fran, and with me here today is Jacqui Crooks. Good morning, Jacqui.
Good morning.
Hello. Jacqui is an international speaker and an EFT founding master. And if you don't know what EFT is, you can have a look below the video. There is an explanation there. So, Jacqui, you're here today because you manifested your dream house. What's the story?
I manifested it not just once, but twice.
Twice. Even better.
I was wanting to move, and I was moving into my own house for the first time. It was going to be a rented house, but I actually allowed myself to imagine, if I could wave a magic wand, what would I most like to have in this house?
Yes.
And for me, the garden is the most important thing.
Right.
So the house is great, but the garden is the most important thing. So I wrote this long list of things that I wanted, and including a conservatory and a pond and enough place to grow vegetables and have beautiful flower borders. And I finally allowed myself to put down what had always been my dream, a stream in the garden. Now, part of me that was just one thing too many, but I put it down anyway and decided, I'm just going to go for this. And I wanted somewhere quiet and peaceful. And so I spent ages looking at lodges to large houses and cottages and all sorts of things. Everything I looked at didn't matter how beautiful they were damp. There was mold on the walls, or they were filthy. And I went to this gorgeous place that was thatched, and it was a black and white cottage. Looked gorgeous from outside. When you went inside, they'd had two very large dogs there. So even though the estate agent had opened all the windows and doors, you could only smell dog. And it was filthy.
Right.
And I was just in despair, because I'd written my list and I'd put it away, and then I was just focusing on looking for things.
Yes.
And the only thing that was the size that I wanted was a 1950s house on a small estate. And I so didn't want a 1950s house on a small estate. I thought, I'll just go and look at it, then I can tick it off, because then I've looked at everything that's available. And I walked into the door of this house and I just went, I'll have it.
Right away.
Right away. The feeling was just so friendly and welcoming. And it had green carpet. Since I'd been a child, I wanted moss green carpet, and I hadn't even put that on the list. So it had my favourite coloured carpet throughout. And so I signed up for it, had it settled in, and it wasn't till probably a month later, when I was unpacking, I found my list and realised that not only had it got the conservatory and the pond, it had the stream at the bottom of the garden.
Yes. That is so amazing. I love that.
And although it was a house on a small estate, it was more peaceful than anything else I'd seen, because it was just like a little teardrop-shaped estate, and I was at the far end. So nobody drove past except the people inside of me. I had lovely neighbours. The garden backed onto a field with horses and green woodpeckers, with a golf course nearby, so you could hear the golf balls being hit occasionally. It meant there were owls flying around at night and bats.
Very peaceful.
I got all that I asked for, but I also got things I hadn't asked for, because that was a really bad winter. So much snow that it was a nightmare trying to drive out of the estate.
Right.
But there was a shop round the corner which I wouldn't have got in any of the places I'd looked at before. And in fact, the place I'd most thought about going to, I wouldn't have been able to leave because it was up a tiny track. And so I never got out with the snow.
Right.
It's almost like, once I was really sure what I wanted, the universe thought, oh, well, we'll give her what she needs as well.
Yes. What you want, and even more.